Okay, let's try this again, I guess. Don't really know what happened there just a moment ago, but all of a sudden my anchor alarm went off, and I don't know why my anchor alarm went off. I'm on a mooring buoy, so apparently I set it a little too close, and it didn't know how to react to that. So I'm trying to set it on my other tablet because we've got some bad weather coming in today. In fact, there's a gale warning in effect. So we've got some pretty nasty stuff happening. Come on. All right. So if you look here on my pad, I don't know if you can see it, this is where I was in the bay. This is where I am now. I'm a little bit more protected up inside of this area in here. The wind's coming from this direction or from this direction, and so rather than be where I was, I'm now in a much safer spot. It doesn't show very well on that, but be that as it may, I am in a much safer protected spot now. So more into the lee of the buildings over here, so we'll see how that goes. Anyhow, I am resetting my anchor alarm. I had it set down really tight, apparently too tight for where I am, but just to be on the safe side, I'm going to just stick my head out of the hole. Had a sailboat just go cruising by the boat here a second ago, really close. I'm not sure why he was so close, but he came by really close, and yeah, move, Lily. Let me look out here. Lily, get. Move. So yeah, there's the other mooring ball. I don't think I've moved a bit. So unless the mooring ball that I'm on just broke loose, which can happen, actually. So I guess I should go up on top and look. The line coming into this mooring ball was not great. I do seem to be awful close to the mooring next to me. All the lines seem to be tied on. Huh. Well, anyhow, I appear to be where I'm supposed to be. Hold on one second, kids, and let me just double check. Lily, come on, get. Let me keep you guys there where you're nice and safe and secure. I'll go up here and look. I think I broke loose. On there. Sorry about that, kids. Let me show you what I was doing. I was checking up above to make sure that little blue float was right by the front of the boat, and it is. That's what I'm tied to. But I must admit, the lines coming back to the boat were not in the greatest of condition. So I had some concerns about their viability. Take you down with me while I'm going, I guess. There we go. So sometimes, when you're on a mooring ball, you don't trust the mooring balls even. And since my anchor alarm went off, I thought it prudent to go up on top and check it just to make sure. So sorry about that little detour in the midst of our live stream. But you know, you got to react to things as they happen on the boat, moment by moment. It is an adventure moment by moment, kids. So let me see if I missed anything in the chat. Welcome back. Hey, Billy. Hey, Pilot. What's up? Hey, Ian. Baby Frank. What? Okay, we're just gonna get rid of that to begin with. Hey, John Dolan, how you doing? You on that one now? 1,000 pounds. No, I'm not on the 1,000-pounder. As it turned out, he had a big yacht come in, and they got the 1,000-pounder. I'm on a 500-pounder right now, so it should still be okay. It should still be okay. So. Yeah, 1,000-pound mooring ball. Yeah, no problem, Billy. Yeah, he had a big yacht come in, so the 1,000-pounder went to the big yacht there on that. In fact, there's one mooring ball right here next to me, and I mean really close next to me. I mean, I could almost reach out with a boat hook and touch it. It's that close to me. And there's two others up here that don't have pennants on them, and those are the only mooring balls available here in the bay right now. Everything else has got a boat on it at the moment. We've got a gale warning in effect for this part of Long Island. Not a hurricane, but just a nor'easter. There's a nor'easter down. The wind's coming out of the northeast. Nor'easter, duh. And it's blowing pretty good. Where I was out in the bay, it was getting a little animated out there this morning. It was pretty good last night, but this morning we started getting a little animated. Just not a lot right now. We're talking about, 13-mile-an-hour wind, just not bad right now. But they're talking about it hitting 20, 25, gusts up to 35 to 40 in the next 48 hours. So, time to get to a mooring ball. Now, with that said, Florence watch. Florence Gate. We should call it Florence Gate, I guess. That could be fun. Anyhow, Florence Gate has got everybody just, scratching their testicles here, trying to figure out what in the hell is going to go on. So, right now she is out in the middle of the Atlantic, a long ways away from anybody right now. Monday, September 10th, she's moving in. The 11th, she's moving in. The 12th, she's moving in. So she's really slowed down from what was originally forecasted, okay? But here she is on the 13th. That's what they're saying she's going to be on the 13th, right there off the coast of the Carolinas. And she's going to be there on the 13th, the 14th. She's going to just barely get in the 15th. So right now the models are showing her going into the Carolinas and then just sort of petering out a little bit. Sounds like one of those mooring balls broke loose and moved. No, it didn't move. Just I set my alarm too close. That's what the problem was. I seen that. So I was going, oh yeah, sounds like one of those mooring balls broke loose and moved. No, mooring balls didn't break loose and move. At least not here. At least not here. So, no, I'm in the small boat neighborhood. I'm in here with all the wee little boats. I probably have the deepest draft of any of the boats around me for 5 or 6. This is mostly motorboat territory, shallow drafted motorboat territory. But I do have good depth here. I've got 12 feet at medium low tide. So I should be fine because I only have a 5-foot draft. But my biggest concern right now is concerning myself with this hurricane. And it looks like right now she's going to keep me hunkered down here until the 18th at least. Because, that's the picture on the 18th they're showing. And let me zoom in for you. There she's showing there, and that's where I'm at right there on Long Island. There she is sort of offshore, but you can see from the coloration here, it's all high winds here along the coast in Long Island Sound. So I don't know, just waiting and watching. Where she had originally yesterday, she was planning on stalling out right off the Carolina coast and hanging out there. Now the model looks like she's going to come in and then turn and go back out to sea. Not really coming this far north, so she's not going to get up into Annapolis and Baltimore like she was showing the other day. But she's, this is a week away. Today's Sunday, right? Today's Sunday the 9th, so this is a week away. Unfortunately, that still doesn't provide me with much of a weather window. I've got, if I left on Monday, by Friday, I would be at the south end of New Jersey and in 33-mile-an-hour winds. And that would not be, that's not something I'm interested in doing. So I don't want to be out at the end of the south end of New Jersey going into the Delaware Bay in 33-mile-an-hour winds with no protection and, you know, basically being at the north end of a hurricane, especially since the 15th, where I would be in Delaware Bay, you know, she's moving, inching up closer and closer to that. The first hurricane hole opportunity I would have is not until I get into the C&O Canal, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So we wait. So we wait. Give me time to work on a few more projects and that kind of stuff. But we're waiting. And the problem with getting on projects is today and tomorrow we have rain. Rain. So I'm not going to get up on deck and try gluing. Not going to try gluing PVC in the rain. That just doesn't sound like a very smart thing to be trying to do. So I guess I'm going to stay down below, relax, and read books. You know? Watch a movie or two. Hang out a little bit. Have some fun. Clean up the boat. Clean up the boat and wash the counters down. I did a little reorganization already this morning, trying to sort some tools and some supplies out. Dave Marshall gave me a big box of hardware items, and I had to sort through that. I don't know why he gave me that box. It's just sort of an odd box of odds and ends. It did have a lot of hose clamps in it, which will come in handy in getting the head installed. But I don't know. You know, I don't know. So I had to go through and sort it all. So risk is not worth it. No, I don't think so, Billy. I'm in no rush. I don't have to be anywhere at any particular time. So, hey, Douglas, how you doing, buddy? Trace down the bow light run. Yeah, exactly, Billy. That's exactly the kind of thing I was thinking about doing, is trying to trace down where that short is in that line. That's a great thing for me to do down below here in the dry. Gotta have to move a lot of crap around, but that's fine. I'm also trying to sort and get rid of more crap. I just have so much crap on this boat. I really would like to get rid of a lot of this crap. So, hey, Woody, what's going on, man? Liquid sunshine filled day. Yeah, raining here in Port Washington. Just one of those sort of miserable, cold drizzle. It's actually 69 degrees on the boat right now. 69. Not even 70 degrees. No, I'm sorry. It just hit 70 degrees. Just hit 70 degrees right now. So it's 70 degrees here on the boat at the moment. So, cool. Yes, cool, cold. How do you know how much weight is on the mooring ball? Pilot, I asked him. I asked Matt, who runs the water taxi service here, who actually I went to high school with. Matt was 2 years behind me when I graduated, or not graduated, but went through Schreiber High School here. Anyhow, Matt was 2 years behind me. Matt runs the water taxi service here in Manhasset Bay. And, you know, so, I mean, I've known the kid since I was, I mean, he was younger than me, a couple years younger than me, but I knew his brother. But anyhow, he's been here since then. So, running the water taxi, and I just asked him. He told me. He's the one that told me to move on to this boring ball. I mean, he's the one who assigns the balls. So, storm prepping today. I don't know, Woody. Well, you take the sail or just tie them up really well. My main sail is tied up really well. My head sail is tied up fairly, you know, it wraps around the roller furling. It's wrapped okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. I don't know. I don't know. I'm watching and waiting for the storm. The weather we've got coming through right now, we've got a gale warning in effect for us, a little bit of a nor'easter coming in. So, which is why I moved over here to the mooring ball, because I got better protection from the northeast where I'm at. So I don't know. I don't know how much, if it all depends on what Florence does. I'm not too concerned about the gale. I don't think the gale is going to create much of a problem for me here. But I am concerned about Florence and what direction she goes. You know, 30-mile-an-hour winds, 35-mile-an-hour winds, blah, blah, blah. 35-mile-an-hour winds don't really worry me too much. You know, 60, 70, 80, 100-mile-an-hour winds in a hurricane worry me. So, Let's see. You should look to see if you have a and crank for the motor in case the starter fails. I do have a manual crank for it. Yep, it's right next to the engine actually. Raining Annapolis. Yeah, that's what Woody. That's what you have, and that's what we're getting now. So what happened with the anchor alarm? Nothing happened, Doug. I set the anchor alarm too close. I set the anchor alarm way too close. I didn't have it set correctly. So now I have it set correctly and it's fine. Yes, hand crank. I got that. Yep. Hey, PC. Pretty nice out on the Atlantic this morning, but not for long. Nope. Nope. Yep. On the boat during the storm. Doug, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to stay here for this gale. I'm not worried about the gale the next day or so. That doesn't bother me. This little nor'easter. Florence is what worried me. And right now, Florence has changed her plan completely. And it looks like she's not even going to be that big of a problem for us up here on Long Island. It looks like right now she's going to go run more south. So we may not see speeds of anything more than maybe 30, 35 mile an hour winds where we are as it moves south of us. But we're going to continue to monitor the situation and react accordingly. So, ahoy Doug, Woody, Billy, Pilot, hey Patriot. Woody, does it look like the race is on for today? I highly doubt it. It's supposed to rain most of the day today. They are taking a serious look at running it tomorrow. Okay. What happened to Gordon? Well, Gordon ran into Texas, Louisiana area and petered out. I worry about you'll be on the morning for the storm. Yeah, this nor'easter I'm not too worried about, Doug. I'm going to watch it a bit more closely. The winds aren't really going to come in until tonight. It's supposed to be blowing pretty good tonight and tomorrow morning. So, and I'm in a much better, much more protected area of the harbor right now. I'm in close up behind the Manor Haven apartments, so they're a pretty good wind block actually. And that's the direction the wind is coming from and will continue to come from, is right from those apartments. So I'm hiding right behind them, tucked in as close as I dare without getting too close given the tides. So I'm as close to them as I can be and still have sufficient water depth at low tide. So I guess that's about as good a way as I can answer that. So anyhow, so those are the concerns of the day. You know, Florence we're watching, but that's still a week out before she's going to be much of a problem. But she's certainly going to be a problem for where I am going to. You know, I need to head south, and if I were to leave, you know, if I left this morning and started heading south, I wouldn't have enough time to get all the way south around the corner and up into Delaware Bay and into a hurricane hole, if that hurricane hole even had space available. It's a very tiny hurricane hole on the C&O Canal, so even if I could get there, and then I'd be, you know, running right into a hurricane. So right now, it looks like the hurricane's going to come up and go south of me. So, you know, if this is Long Island, she's going to come up and then just head out east. So I'm just going to sit tight and let her go by. Let her go by. Yep, just going to sit here and let her go by. And then we can head south. So in the meantime, though, guys, it's cold. I mean, it's, you know, 70 degrees. It was like 66 degrees or something this morning. I had long pants on this morning. I took them off because they got them all muddy when I went and pulled my anchor. I pulled the anchor, got it all up, got it tied down, stepped forward to look at it. When I stepped back, I stepped right into the mud. It was on the anchor. So I got mud all over my pants and my foot and stuff. So then I had to come sit here in the back of the boat and wash my foot, get all the mud off of it. It's pretty nasty mud here in the bay. Just check the radar and you're going to get wet all day. Yep. Any worry about tides or storm surge where you're anchored? Woody, not really, no. Where I'm anchored here in Manhasset Bay, and I'll kind of show you again. Well, Ventus guy doesn't really zoom in very well. Let me show you on Navionics. Let me pull up Navionics and I'll show you where I'm at, and you'll get a pretty good feel for it. Just give me a moment while Navionics boots up. It does take a while for Navionics to get its stuff together here. So no, I don't want to do that. Okay, so, well, okay. I don't know how I'm going to show this to you, but here we are on Navionics. I was out in the middle of the bay, right out in this area. Now I am up in this area here. So the wind is coming from the northeast. It's coming this way across, and so I am right up against this area here, but I'm pretty shallow where I am. I don't want to get too close to that. If I get too close to that, I may run aground in the shallow water here. And as you can see, there's really no other place. I can't get up into there. I wouldn't fit. This is marinas up in this area. This is marinas in this area. So I'm in a mooring ball field tight right up inside of that area there on the bay. And like I said, the wind is coming from this direction. And there's a bunch of big apartment buildings right along this land here. So I've got pretty good protection from that direction. Theoretically. So we'll see. I'm in as good a tight a spot as I could be and as safe a spot as I can be for what we got coming on. So just checked on radar, and you're going to be what all day? Yep, you'll be foolish to move from where you're at. Yep, I'm staying here. Looking forward to your Patreon chat tonight. Oh yes, that's right, Sunday night. Yes, Patreon, lovely. Man, I could use that. Yeah, I will get working on getting that set up too, and I'll get the announcement out. I am not going to send an email out, just so everyone has a heads up. I am not going to send an email out. I am simply going to put the link up on the Patreon for patron only, for current paid patron people only. Those are the only people that are going to get any kind of notification or email or anything like that. So right on decently protected. Yeah, it's a good protected spot. So flooding in Ohio and northern Indiana, wow. Yeah, Billy, I understand. Most mid-southern Indiana has flood watch till Monday at last check. Yep, I'm looking forward to a nice quiet patron only live stream. It's going to be very, very pleasant. So I'm looking forward to that. Trolls be damned. Yeah, I know they beat you up. But, you know, Billy, I got to say, though, man, you're hanging out on some of those troll sites like Sailmaster, and, you know, you're going to get it when you're hanging out with those guys. So, you know, what's the old saying? When you run with dogs, you get fleas. So I know you and Pilot and stuff have been over there, you know, on his channel a lot, and, you know, that's attracting a lot of negative attention for you. So I don't know why you guys don't seem to recognize him as being a troll. I find his entire channel offensive, but that's just me. And I find it absolutely amazing the audacity of this guy has, that he thinks he wants me to reinstate him. Why the hell would I reinstate him? Well, that would be like taking a rock and, you know, pulling a rock out of my shoe and then putting it back in my shoe. I'm not going to put a rock in my shoe. So, yeah, there's just no way in hell Sailmaster's ever going to get reinstated. I mean, the guy's a troll, obviously. Oh well, won't bother me none whatsoever today and this evening. Won't bother me in the least. So anyhow, I got to work on this one video. I worked on a video and I uploaded it yesterday. I actually uploaded it twice yesterday. And the second time, for some reason, it didn't process. I'm not really sure why. I'm trying to upload videos directly off of my iPad, which should not be a problem. But the first time it uploaded without audio. The second time it uploaded, it didn't process. It uploaded, but then didn't do the processing. It's a two-stage thing. So I'm going to kind of work on that today and see if I can get that technology figured out. So, well, Billy, you know, when he does a hour-long live stream that does nothing and has nothing better to do but to talk about me and what I'm saying and what I'm doing, then he's obviously going to attract all the trolls because he lets them be on there and have the chat. So I disagree with you. I disagree with you. I think it's him as well. But, you know, just the fact that he's doing a live stream and has nothing better to do but talk about me the whole time, you know, that's troll-like activity. So, and, you know, he's got a whole lot of ridiculous. I mean, the guy has no experience. He's never built a YouTube channel. He doesn't, apparently, He doesn't have a channel where he's putting up a lot of good quality video. He has no experience with it, and then he gets offended that I don't take his advice. Well, he doesn't have any good legitimate advice. You know what? Riley gives me advice, I'm going to take Riley's advice. The guys from Delos, they give me advice, I'm going to take their advice. You know, the people that know what they're doing, I'm going to take their advice. Some guy who's trying to do a live stream capitalizing on my growth and my development, trying to build a channel off of my back, and you want me to take his advice? The guy's clueless. He doesn't know anything. He has not a clue what's going on in the world. So, and I thought it was funny that, you know, he even complained to his wife. He goes, oh, I'm getting beat up for giving advice. And even his wife asked him, did anybody ask you for your advice? No, we didn't. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Nick's a troll, man. I was on the other Keys channel for about 20 minutes before I was cloned. Okay, just remember, you're the one that mentioned the other Keys channel. I'm not saying anything about it because I'm trying not to attract attention to it for all the trolls. So, yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you, man. I don't think there's a legitimate answer to dealing with these guys except trying to ignore it and move away. So, or not let them get under your skin. I'm not letting them get under my skin anymore. I'm just deleting everybody I can. I didn't do that as pilot. Okay. Anyhow, guys, I just wanted to jump on quickly this morning, let everybody know I'm alive and well. I am on a mooring ball. Everything here is just fine. The wind is picking up, but where I'm at, I mean, the boat I can't speak today. The boat movement is really relaxed right now compared to what it was when I was out in the middle of the bay. I was out in the middle of the bay. I mean, it was really whipping around and moving around. Here on the mooring ball, I'm not, I mean, it's calm. It's nice and quiet and calm in here. So, I mean, it doesn't look like much when you look at the bay and how far I've come. But, boy, it sure is a big difference getting in out of the wind and getting out of the waves and stuff. So, I'm going to have a quiet day today. I'm going to work on video editing, work on cleaning up the boat a little bit, and I may watch a movie or something. So, that's the extent of my excitement day to day. With that said, I'll have more for my patrons this evening at 7 o'clock. I'll see you guys then. Be good, be careful, take good care of one another, and I will talk to you then, guys. Be good.